Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's something you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a timeless reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is the universe card. This is, this is everything, right? This is the infinite. This is the universe itself. There is no limit to the possibilities for you now. There is, I kind of get this feeling that the world is your playground, right? The universe is your playground. I think that you have a lot of really big goals for your life. A lot of really huge plans. It may feel lately that things have stalled out a little bit. I kind of get a feeling of like waiting, that we really need our patience and our discipline right now because there's something that is taking longer than we thought. Yeah? Let's see what that's all about. Let's put this into some context. There's a 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Oh, okay, an 8 of Swords, yes. And a 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is, we're kind of overthinking something. The overthinking is leading to the delay. The delay is making us feel a little bit uncertain about things. Right? We've got that 5 of Swords. But a 6 of Wands leading into a 3 of Cups. You're going to win. You're going to be okay. Things are going to go your way. You've got to be strong. Right? You've got to continue pushing through, just persevere and get out of this mental stage of doubt and overthinking, overanalyzing, the confusion. The self-doubt starts to creep in, right? Like I said, we overanalyze, we overthink something and it causes a delay. The delay makes us think a lot of negative stuff, right? But these are very promising cards, these 3 here. And we've got an 8, there it is. There it is, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, the High Priestess card, and 10 of Pentacles. You're going to be very happy. This is amazing. The one thing I want to do real quick, for these Swords cards, I want to do one of our Language of Flowers. These are affirmation cards that I like to put out when we get some challenging air energy, right? Because these kind of inspire us. They help us to persevere through the trouble, through the confusion, through the self-doubt or the self-criticism even. That 5 of Swords is kind of a nasty one there. Let's see what we have. The Sunflower. Assertiveness. Rise up. Stand stronger and true. Well, that's the 9 of Wands. Stronger and true. It is from your connection with your true self. The sun and the moon is connected here. And that's a very important card. Let's do one more of the affirmation cards, and then we'll talk about that 9 of Wands. The Wisteria, longevity. Plan for and take the dedicated path. Yes, things feel like they are taking too long, but, sometimes the journey does take longer, and you better make sure that you packed enough, kind of ready-to-eat meals to take, to see you through that journey. We've got a plan we don't want to, it's going to take 2 weeks. I'm only going to bring enough supplies for 2 weeks. Well, what happens if it takes 2 weeks and a day, right? Then we run out of water. So plan for and take the dedicated path. That no matter what happens, we're staying strong, we're staying true, we're staying committed. You have this resolve in you, okay? This is your commitment to get this thing done, to finish, to reach the finish line, to succeed, to find your victory, to get to your best life. Whatever that 10 of Pentacles is here, that's your best life. This is the goal that you have in mind, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes, Okay. But the 9, this is the real connection with your true self. It's the sun and the moon conjoined, okay? And that's where our strength comes from. That's where our willpower originates. Now, the sun could be our conscious mind. The moon could be our intuition, our instinct, our purpose, right? Our unconscious self, right? Conscious, unconscious, it's a union, it's a connection. When we have that psychic connection with that whole other side of ourselves, then we can do anything, right? Alternatively, this card is the moon representing our human personalities, our feelings, right? Our emotions, our perceptions, yeah? Our mind, too, in a way, our confusion, sometimes our analysis, the senses of our body, right? Our kind of human heart-mind personality and stuff. Whereas the sun represents that spiritual light. So the secret of this card, too, is that if our human personality can connect with that divine essence, can connect with that spiritual light, then we can do anything. It's kind of the same thing. It's just different ways of looking at the energy, looking at the connection, right? But with either of those, however you look at it, it's the source of your strength and your commitment and your resolve and your willpower, okay? So we rise up like the sunflower, right? The sunflower, see the connection there? Rise up, stand stronger, and stand true. Hold yourself up high. Hold your head up high because you will succeed in this, okay? And the wisteria, the longevity, plan for and take the dedicated path. Well, you're on the dedicated path. That's the 9 of Wands. And the planning for it, maybe we could have done a little bit better job planning for it, because I feel like now we're overthinking things a little bit. And maybe it is just a means or a suggestion to simplify things. Yeah. To not make it more complicated than it needs to be. I'm just going to keep pushing, and I'm confident that we'll reach this goal, this end result. Now, we're going to talk about the 10 of Pentacles in just a moment, but first let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it right here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? But it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Okay, we can do it together. We can make it a group exercise of intuition. All right. Let's look around the room. We've got just the 2 major arcana energy. We've got the universe. We've got the High Priestess. It's kind of, it is one of these cards that say the key point for you that we just talked about with the 9 of Wands is for you to connect with your higher self, true self, with that divine energy. Spirit is communicating to you through different methods, right? I think sometimes through direct communication, sometimes through signs and symbols, sometimes through really abrupt kind of nudges, you know? It depends on what we're receptive to. If we're receptive to the subtle energies, that's how Spirit will communicate. But if we don't, if we're not, and we don't listen, we're going to need a stronger medicine. You know what I mean? Spirit's telling me that one way that you kind of receive divine influence or divine messages or that spiritual light is through finding things out in the world. Like I don't know, I'm seeing like feathers, like bird feathers, you know, that maybe it's like kind of when you see a feather, it means something to you. It means that like Spirit's, you know, talking to you, or an ancestor, spirit guide, God, goddess, deity, whatever is communicating with you. It kind of feels like it's a clue, or it's just it's a synchronicity. It's just a little omen from the divine when you find one of these feathers or something, right? So I kind of feel like you have a collection of these somewhere. But it's really important that we trust in that divine energy right now. Don't get wrapped up in our own worries and our own kind of, we start to stew in this energy, especially when we're in this universe energy, which is kind of a delay. It may feel like we're just kind of floating out here in space, waiting for something to happen, waiting for the progress, waiting for the breakthrough, right? And interesting with the breakthrough, we've got that Ace of Wands in the position of the environment. You might be trying to find that one creative spark, right, that is going to solve the problem for you. Maybe over here we're kind of searching for the answer, searching for the inspiration or that big idea. We kind of have both of those suggestions here with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. It could be that spark of creative intuition that gives you that light bulb moment and you know the answer to your problem, and then we're able to overcome the problem, and then we celebrate, right? So it could be that you're stuck at a bit of an impasse right now where there is this problem before you that you really are trying to solve intellectually, mentally. But what we really need is just that kind of divine light. We need to find the feather in this case, right? And this almost looks like one of those feathers, you know. And I think that feather, and well, we could say the feather maybe is the Ace of Wands. The feather gives us that confirmation, that reassurance from the universe, right? Spirit's here in the room with us. And then we get that idea. Now, okay, now I know the solution, right? It's kind of a creative problem solving, but it's a divine intervention, really, is what it is. Yeah. And I like that the Ace of Wands is in the position of the environment, because this is telling me that you are part of the world and the universe too. That you're you're interacting with the world in a way that I think that's the key to solving this problem for you and achieving this victory and really being ultimately very, very happy, right? When we're in the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords, we start to close ourselves off to the world, right? We have doubts, we have self-criticism, we have this negative internal monologue, or dialogue, really. And we kind of box ourselves in. We start going around in a circle, and it's just like we're tying ourselves up with rope, you know. And it closes us off to interacting with the rest of the universe, with the rest of the world. And I think what's being shown here with the Universe card and this Ace of Wands in the position of the environment is saying we have to open ourselves up to the environment again. Go get inspiration from, birds flying across the sky, or just a little creek kind of running through the park or something, or inspiration from, I don't know, other people at the coffee shop, or just like the way the clouds look today, or the way the wind is kind of blowing, or whatever it is, but outside of yourself, right? It could be inspiration from even a random or chance word or phrase from a stranger, or a look from your partner or your friend or something, right? Or a pat on the back from someone that you admire or that you respect. It could be anything like this, right? It could be you're sitting in traffic, right? And instead of being all wrapped up in our head, while we're sitting in traffic trying to figure things out, just look around at the other cars, just meet somebody's eye line and make some eye contact with people, and just look at nature beyond the freeway, beyond all the cars, right? Just let your eyes fall on things that are outside of yourself. Let your consciousness go outside. Yeah. And I think that's a important phrase. Let your consciousness go outside. Let it go out and play. Right? You don't have to keep it cooped up in the house. I bet you that mystery card will be the Fool. Yeah. Anyway, we've got our two major arcana cards. We do have our fire energy. We've got good water here in the future, right? We've got the air energy, and we've got our earth energy at the end. I think the air is really what needs to be resolved, and we do see it resolving. The eight leads us to the kind of the delay in this thing. And then we start to have these doubts and this criticism. But with the Ace of Swords over here, we see the clarity. And the clarity, it's kind of like the sun is just dawning. And it's bringing us clarity and certainty, and it's showing us the way forward. But before all of that, it's just a beautiful moment, right? It's the beautiful sunrise. Just watch the sunrise. Yes, the sun is rising and the earth is going to be illuminated, and we're all going to be able to see outside and see where we're going and be able to work and function and do all this sort of busy stuff. But before all of that effect, there is the cause, There is the sun rising. And that is something to behold. That is something inspirational beyond its function, right? We kind of think, well, the sun comes up, it's daytime. Now all the ants come out and we're busy working and running around everywhere. But that's not the purpose of the sun, right? It's not the sun's job to enable us to work, to allow us kind of to see where we're going so that we can function, right? It's not its purpose to wake us up. It's not like the sun says, "Uh-oh, it's 7 o'clock. I better wake up the whole world," or whatever. Not accounting for time zones and stuff, obviously. That's something that we have to adapt to. We have adapted to the sun. It's not the sun's job to do that for us. So we can go back beyond all of the effects of things and look at the cause of things. And in that sense, what is your beautiful sunrise? What is that kind of inspiration? What is that moment for you that will then, yes, it'll allow you to see the answers and see the way forward so you can get back to work. But it's kind of like going back to the origin of things. What do you feel? Why are you doing this? Why do you care about this work? And that really does bring us to the 10 of Pentacles, too. Because this is the effect. We have to know what the cause is. The cause is this, right? The source, the aces. This is the cause, and this is the effect. This is what we're trying to accomplish, right? But why don't we, for a moment, just appreciate this divine light within us? Appreciate the dawning of that idea, the dawning of this this moment of clarity. Let's watch the sunrise and appreciate it for what it is. It's a sight to behold. You ever watch somebody or notice somebody when something clicks with them? And it's almost like you can see they just kind of like, they awaken, right? It's like you can see the sunrise. And that's a beautiful thing. And yeah, then they're going to get the joke and they're going to start laughing. Or then they're going to have the idea and they're going to know like what to write in the yearbook or something. But that moment of clarity, that aha moment, that's a sunrise every time, you know? And I think that's what you're experiencing here when you just allow yourself to appreciate things for what they are. And then, of course, allow yourself to be inspired by them. But it's not their job to give you the answer. Does that make sense? It's our appreciation of the world and the universe as it is, not for what it can do for us. Yes, of course, we see trees, we think, well, I got paper, I can build a house, I can have a fire, I can cook food, I can survive. You know, thank you, nature, for providing these means of survival for me. But it's not nature's job, it's not the tree's job to make sure you have enough to eat or to make sure that you have a house or a shelter, right? A tree is just a tree. Its job is to just be a tree, right? To live, to kind of crystallize consciousness for a short period of time, like the rest of us. So we appreciate things for what they are and give thanks and gratitude and just experience it, not even with thanks or gratitude. Before all of that, just the experience of it with no words, with no thoughts, just the experience, right? That's what these two are. Before, it's everything before what comes as a result of this, yeah? And the 10 of Pentacles is the result. It is the effect of the cause. And yes, you have to know what this is. This is everything that you want. This is what your goal really is. Ultimately, it's your purpose in life to maybe alleviate suffering for yourself and for others, to improve the quality of life for yourself and others, to transcend your circumstances, whatever they may be. We're always trying to transcend. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, creatively. Nobody wants to reach a level and just, that's it, I can't go any further. I mean, yes, there comes a point in life where it's just, okay, this was it. It was a good run, you know? But generally speaking, we're always trying to transcend, right? We're always trying to improve and grow and get better and better and better. But this 10 of Pentacles in this situation is the result that you're looking for. Your ideal outcome, what is it? Well, we have to know what this is so that we know how to recognize victory when we experience it. And maybe in some ways that's part of the Eight of Swords. Maybe some of this confusion, some of this delay is because we're starting to wonder, what exactly am I trying to do? I mean, I kind of know what I'm involved in. I know what I've been doing, but what is my actual ideal outcome here? And when we start thinking about that a lot, it's kind of like, whoa, 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 stop the presses. I'm not sure what I want to say anymore. You know? It's like if I were to just stop this video right now and start scratching my head and thinking, what am I trying to accomplish doing this work? What is the ideal outcome that I see in what I'm doing? It gives us that pause, and maybe this has been paused for a minute for you. Long enough indeed for us to start thinking, maybe I shouldn't be here at all. Maybe this isn't the right work for me, right? We start to criticize ourselves. We start to have doubts about our abilities, doubts about our intentions, doubts about our capabilities, right? And intentions, I think intentions is a good, I think I hit on something there. The Six of Wands. What are your intentions? I don't think your intentions are really to have what would be called a victory or a triumph. I feel like you are trying to grow and transcend. You want to get to your 10 of Pentacles, but you are leading others. I say this a lot for you, Aries, but I feel like we always get the Six of Wands for you. You're not just trying to be the best and showboat and have everybody, hey, look at me, I did it, I'm the best, I'm the winner. You're trying to lift everybody up collectively. That's the secret of the Six of Wands. It's not just about you winning. It's about you it's about you maybe getting there first. Okay, you like to get places first, but it's about you then turning around and pulling other people over the finish line too. It's like if the ship is sinking, you're going to get on the lifeboat, and then everyone's going to jump into your arms, and you're going to be helping everybody down, right? You're the one that's keeping the boat stable. You don't just get in the boat and zoom off to save yourself, right? You stick around, and you're helping everybody else come down, or you're lifting everybody else up. Okay? So really, a victory is not a victory unless the rest of us kind of come too, right? As much as, and I know it kind of doesn't work that way exactly. But even in a very abstract way, your progress in life is your transcendental achievements are helping the rest of us transcend too. When one person pulls themselves out of suffering just a little bit, it helps the rest of us, right? A little bit of a rise in consciousness lifts the collective. When one of us wins, it kind of raises us all up a little bit. And I think you're acutely aware of that. And that's why in the future, it's this Three of Cups, because this is the real goal. This is your care and concern and your love for everybody. You have this really deep empathy, and I don't think Aries really gets enough credit for their empathy. Everyone thinks of you're kind of at the front of the pack, you're the one that's kind of, you want to win the race, and when you win the race, you're proud of yourself, and you don't hide that, nor should you, right? But people don't see then that you're kind of grabbing the bucket of water or the water bottles and you're running backwards through the race, giving everybody the water and kind of picking people up who have fallen down. People don't see that side of you. They see you winning first, and then you got your arms in the air and you're the champion, and then everybody's kind of, oh, there's Aries again. They don't see what comes next, right? Which is you expressing your help and your concern for everybody else. Yeah. So we've got the Three of, I think I'm losing my voice now. But we've got the Three of Cups, and this is really that sense of family, right? That the world is your family. And I think this is really part of the overall goal for you. But let's see how we get past this blockage right now, right? There's this impasse, and I think the mystery card will help us. And I honestly think it's going to be the Fool. Because we kind of said, let your consciousness go outside, right? Let your mind go out and play. Don't keep it wrapped up here in that kind of, well, I'm trying to clean up these I have these tiny affirmation cards that my daughter got for me at the a toy store a couple weeks ago. And they always get knocked over, and I'm always trying to like pick them up. Well, just now, randomly, I decided to grab one to put it back on the stack, and it happens to be a little affirmation card that says, take it easy, right? Take it easy. Go out and play. Go out and have fun. Go relax your mind. Go witness the world as it is, without labeling it, without interpreting it, right? Go back to the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, before we get even to a Two of Wands. What comes before all of that, right? I bet you this has to be the Fool, right? Has to be. I want you to put a prediction down in the comments. Let's take a look. I'm not even worried. Yeah, of course it is. Yes, the Fool. Take it easy. Go out and play. Let your consciousness out. Let it go outside, right? Have fun. Go witness the world. The thing about the Fool is that it's the zero card, right? Not zero like a loser zero, but zero as in nothing sticks. It wins, doesn't notice. It loses, doesn't notice. Because it is all source. It is pure air. It is pure aces, right? That everything is just experience. Everything is equal. Whether you're sitting in traffic and you're just observing, making eye contact with people, you're not judging, you're not labeling, you're not interpreting. The Fool and the aces are that moment when you see something before your brain says, oh, that's a tree, or oh, that's a microphone, or oh, that's my cat. It's just that pure awareness. Yeah. It's not easy to do. It's impossible to do, honestly, right? Because as soon as you see something, your brain is already going through its filing cabinet saying, oh, I've seen that before. That's a basketball. It's automatic. We can't stop that from happening. But we sure can try, We can do the best we can to perceive the world as it is and try our best to not judge, not label, not figure out things, not get out our calculator or our cameras or our phones or our rulers, our tape measure and stuff and start analyzing and labeling and sorting and filing everything away. Just look at the sunrise. Right? Just feel the sun on your face a little bit and not try to say, well, I don't have any sunblock on. I'm going to burn. I burn pretty easily. But before all of that, even if it's just for a second, it's just that sudden warmth, but without the labels. It's impossible to do, but try it. All right? And that's the Fool. Just go out and just be the universe. And you'll get the answer that you need. We'll get through whatever this blockage is, and you're going to be very happy. You're going to be very happy just being in this energy, forgetting all about this problem that we're in the middle of, right? But then I think in a real way, you'll get through the problem. You will get the victory and the celebration you need. You'll get to that ideal outcome that you're looking for. This is really amazing, and I do believe you're going to be very happy. We're going to do an extended reading. And if you want to stick around for that, there's a link up here in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Aries, Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know, Aries, that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. But you know that already, don't you? I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.